Hi everyone, Alana Palmer here from Generations Beauty and Konenki Skincare. Today we're talking about something you can do in the summer to lighten up on the makeup, but not forego how radiant and even your skin looks. What I'm talking about is using a tinted sunscreen in place of foundation or concealer, but still giving your skin a radiant glow and keeping it protected from the sun. Tinted sunscreens have come a long way in the last few years. There are many available out there. I'm going to show you how I like to use them. I have several brands that I like. I'm not super partial to any of them. But I do love when they give a sheer light coverage that leaves your skin with a really natural finish, but works to even out skin tone and even help cover, say, blemishes or under eye circles. Curious about how it works? Come on in. Let's go ahead. I'll show you how. Okay, as you can see, I'm not wearing any face makeup. I have my skincare done, so I cleansed, used my toner, my serum, and my moisturizer, and now I'm ready to go ahead and use my sunscreen. I'm going to go ahead and use my tinted sunscreen to work as my foundation, and you're going to see how well it covers. It's not a full coverage foundation by any means, but it does have a little bit of sheer coverage that I really like the results of. Okay, sunscreen, we want to make sure we're using enough. 1/4 teaspoon is a good rule of thumb for your face, or think of it as covering like 2 fingers. So 1, 2 from like right from your hand all the way to the end of your finger to your fingertip. That is enough to do your complexion as well. To do your neck, you'll want to add in a little bit more. Okay, and I'm just blending it around with my fingers. So I'm using it as a foundation today. I don't use a primer ahead of time. I like for my sunscreen to sink right into my skin and not have any barrier in between, because I do want to make sure nothing is going to compromise that SPF. But I just massage it in with my hands, and I'm going to get a little bit more to do my neck. But that's it. So you also want to let your sunscreen sit for a few minutes. 15 to 20 is ideal. If you don't have that much time, do what you can, but if you can, 15 or 20 is what I would do. Normally, I will apply my sunscreen. Can you see the difference it's made already? Normally, I will apply my sunscreen and then go ahead and do my eye makeup and then carry on with concealer. I'm not going to do that today because, as you can see, I already have eye makeup on, but I do want to show you guys how this looks after about 10 or 15 minutes, and then what you can do to add on extra coverage if that's what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a coffee. I'll see you back here in about 15 minutes or so. So that's been about 15 minutes, and you can see I still have a real natural glow. But now, if you want to apply makeup over top of your sunscreen, this is a great time to do so. I often get asked which is better, mineral or chemical sunscreens, and to be honest, there's pluses and minuses to both depending on what you're looking for. If you head to our community group on Facebook, it's called the Beauty and Wellness Hub, there is a whole series of posts and information about that. Just put in the hashtag sunscreen savvy and you will open up all those posts. I will put the link below so that you can access that if you want it. In the past, mineral sunscreens sometimes didn't lend themselves to makeup application over top, but I'm going to show you today, I'm going to apply a little bit of concealer, not tons, and this is a mineral sunscreen that I used, and it actually wears really nice together. So what I love about this tinted sunscreen is that it has evened out my skin tone somewhat. It's toned down the redness. Now, for going out somewhere, if I'm doing something, I will go ahead and apply a little bit of concealer like I'm going to do today. But if I was just going to, say, the lake or a day at the beach or just kicking around, I wouldn't apply any more face makeup other than what I have right now. I feel like it's done a really nice job of evening things out, and it still looks really natural. But let's go ahead and apply a little bit of concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. As you can see, it's a Tarte concealer. I like this one. It's the Ultra Creamy because I find it doesn't settle. You can see how little I'm using. It doesn't settle into lines or creases. And then I will use this one here, Tinted Lancome. I actually like this one under my eyes as well, but this shade is just a little bit too dark for under my eyes. So I'll just put a dot there to even out my skin tone. So you can see how little I'm going to use. That's how well I feel like this sunscreen has given me a little bit of coverage, just a sheer natural coverage. Okay, I'm going to get my mirror here so I can see. And I like to use a brush to blend it in. So letting your sunscreen sit for that amount of time, so like I say, 15 or 20 minutes, allows it to dry down a little bit. And then when you do apply makeup over top, as you can see, it blends in really nicely. You're not moving sunscreen around as you blend it out because it has soaked in already. And I do like to use a brush to apply my concealer. I feel like it just does a really nice job of blending it. So I'm using a little tapping motion, bringing it down under my eye and across. I don't like to put a ton of concealer there. You can see why. Okay, and same thing on this side. Now I'll take what I applied down here and just blend that out as well. I'll try and bring a little bit up here where I have some redness. This is the other thing that a brush allows you to do. Also, a blending sponge would do this too, is transfer your product around without needing to apply more, because I really don't feel like we need a lot. And in the summer with the heat, it is really nice to kind of go with a light hand for makeup. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and set it with a finishing powder. This will ensure that the concealer that I've put on over top of the sunscreen really stays in place. Especially in the heat, I find it is nice to have a finishing or a setting powder that just locks everything in place. So as you saw with the lines here, I like to make sure nothing is going to settle into those. So I put on I would say a good amount. I try not to use a heavy hand with finishing powder because I don't want it to end up looking cakey or heavy, but I do want to make sure everything stays in place there. You can see how it blurs a little bit too. I do love this finishing powder. I will link it below. It's probably my favorite finishing powder, has been for over a year now. I do really enjoy it. Okay, a little bit there. Just kind of tone down the shine in the center of my face. I like having the natural glow out to the edges. But that is it. So you could go ahead and carry on with, say, bronzer or blush. That's entirely up to you. But I feel like for evening out skin tone and just giving a really natural look, a tinted sunscreen is a great way to go. I'll link a couple of my favorites below. I don't have any affiliation with them. They're just ones that I'm really loving these days. And if you have questions, please send them my way. Go ahead and join that Facebook group and look up Sunscreen Savvy. You'll see all sorts of sunscreen information in there. But feel free to send me a message too if your questions are not answered. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. Have a tremendous day. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.